Do you know which legendary North African general has nearly annihilated a whole Roman army of 86,000 men? One of history's greatest military leaders was Hannibal Barca, 247 to 182 BC. Hannibal has a legacy as the one who inflicted the biggest defeat to the Roman Empire in a single battle than any other empire. He was the son of famous Carthage General Hamilcar Barca. Carthage, North Africa was founded in 814 BC by Phoenician settlers, quickly gained strength and splendor. Eventually, the Carthaginians established towns in Sicily and Sardinia and dominated over other African coastal peoples. The Roman conquest was impacted by Carthaginian hegemony over the Mediterranean Sea, leading to violent clashes between the two powers. Despite being the Mediterranean's most prosperous harbor and having wealthy provinces, the city suffered significant casualties in the First Punic War 264 BC. In North Africa, Carthage ruled the Mediterranean sea trade route with stability and sovereignty. Eventually, the Carthaginians established towns in Sicily and Sardinia and dominated over other African coastal peoples. The Roman conquest was impacted by Carthaginian hegemony over the Mediterranean Sea, leading to violent clashes between the two powers. Despite being the Mediterranean's most prosperous harbor and having wealthy provinces, the city suffered significant casualties in the First Punic War. Hamilcar, Hannibal's father, died suddenly in 228 BC after a fight with Iberian rebels. Several years after his death, Hannibal was appointed as the army commander at age 26. The son of Hamilcar was a bold and driven young man who would become a renowned general and military strategist during the First Punic War, which lasted from 264 to 241 BC. This naval struggle led the Romans to assemble a massive fleet of ships to combat the Carthaginian vessels. The First Punic War saw land engagements on Sicily, a vital location for Mediterranean sea trade control. At the Battle of the Aegean Islands, the Roman navy defeated the Carthaginian fleet, ending the war. The Carthaginians were ejected from Sicily and other recently captured territories. The Carthaginians signed a treaty acknowledging Rome's right to lead the Mediterranean to maintain control over their frontiers. Rome possessed Sicily after defeating Carthage, and after a civil war in Carthage, it also conquered Sardinia and Corsica. Young Hannibal must have been deeply affected by these experiences. To secure a monitoring point on the Iberian Peninsula, the Romans established a diplomatic alliance with the city of Sagunto, located where Rome, the province of Valencia in Spain, is today. This offense against Carthage enraged Hannibal and he attacked the city of Sagunto. After an 8-month siege, the city was taken. The flames of war between Rome and Carthage were ignited again. Rome sent a political delegation to Carthage and demanded the return of Sagunto, along with a large sum of silver for the offense. The Roman emissaries received an unexpected and bitter response. The Carthaginians chose war. This was the beginning of the Second Punic War between Rome and Carthage. Rome sent a mission to Carthage, demanding the restitution of Sagunto and a considerable sum of money for the transgression. Roman diplomats were surprised and bitterly rejected. The Punic War II began. Hannibal believed the fastest route to Rome was via the Mediterranean Sea, landing his men in Italy. Hannibal bravely marched against Rome through Spain and southern Gaul, a remarkable decision in history. At the start of the Long March in late April 218 BC, Hannibal realized his army of over 90,000 men would not be enough to beat the legions and reach Rome. He also had 20,000 horses and 37 elephants trained for combat. He dispatched messengers to recruit Iberian and Gaul mercenaries. About 40,000 Gauls joined Hannibal's army as they crossed Gaul. The Rome assault rumors spread swiftly. When the Romans learned of Hannibal's large force, they quickly organized a defensive and marched across the Mediterranean coast to oppose him. Hannibal climbed the Rhone River valley to gain new Gaul supporters and avoid a fight that may significantly reduce his squad size. Hannibal's will remained unwavering, but the Alps were his toughest military challenge. A high mountain range blanketed in snow for much of the year due to low temperatures. Carthaginian and allied forces, led by Hannibal, defeated a bigger Roman and Italian army under consuls Lucius Aemilius Paulus and Gaius Terentius Varro. Hannibal's reputation as a skilled tactician was sealed by one of the worst Roman defeats in military history. After recovering from losses at Tribia, 218 BC, and Lake Trasimene, 217 BC, the Romans challenged Hannibal at Candae with around 86,000 Roman and allied troops. But lost again. Only 15,000 of 86,000 Roman soldiers survived. The Romans won the Battle of Zama after 14 years of fighting. Hannibal lost to young Roman general Scipio Africanus. Famous military leaders like Caesar, Napoleon, and Patton were inspired by Hannibal's strategies, proving his ageless military genius. Hannibal lost the Battle of Zama in 202 BCE against the young Roman general Scipio Africanus. Because of a disruption in logistic supplies, many of Hannibal's soldiers deserted. Hannibal committed suicide in 183 BCE to evade Roman arrest. Please like and subscribe to get early notification of my next video.